Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I am going to do the start of a series that I'm going to make, and that is about my trip to Tokyo Disneyland. So I went to Tokyo Disneyland back in May of 2019, and we stayed there for 3 days and then 2 nights. So we did the Tokyo Disneyland vacation package. We were going to other places in Japan as well, and so we felt okay doing the vacation package even though it was for a short period of time. So within this series, I know for sure today we're gonna just do an overview of Tokyo Disneyland and the rides, the foods, the feelings, the shows, just everything like that. And then the next video I'm going to post is going to be about the vacation package in itself and if it's worth the price and if you should do it, everything that's included, the plan that we did, everything like that. And then the video after that is I'm going to post about how we stayed at the MiraCosta, which is one of the most expensive Disney resorts, and give you a room tour, everything like that, and just how I felt about it. So those are what I have in mind so far. If you guys like the series, then I might do some more regarding the rides or even more about the food or, you know, just whatever you guys are interested in. And all right, so we're just gonna get started. And so right now I'm just gonna do a basic overview of what it was like going to Tokyo Disneyland. Okay, so when we first landed in Japan, we stayed a couple of days just in Tokyo, doing things around there or venturing around the city of Tokyo. And then right before we were leaving Tokyo to go down to Kyoto, we went to Tokyo Disneyland. And so if you aren't super familiar, Tokyo Disneyland is around like 40 minutes outside of Tokyo, Japan. And so we took the Japanese railway. We had the rail pass, and so we just hopped on and we rode the railway over to Tokyo Disneyland. We left pretty early in the morning. We weren't in a super big rush. I think we left around 9 a.m. We weren't trying to get there at opening or anything like that. We were just trying to get a little bit of an early start. So when we first came to Tokyo Disneyland, we checked in, we got our vacation package, which had our tickets in it, and we gave them our luggage, and we went straight to Tokyo Disneyland, the park. So there's two parks. There is Tokyo Disneyland, and then there is Tokyo Disney Seas. And the best way to explain it, if you have been to some of the other Disney parks, is Tokyo Disneyland is very similar to Magic Kingdom. There's Cinderella's castle. The castle looks just like the one in Florida, just a little bit bigger. Some of the details might be a little bit different in it. And then Tokyo Disney Sea is kind of like Epcot, but it's 500 times better. So think about how like it shows different parts of the world, and it is based around a large lagoon, and that's about the similarities. But other than that, that's how I would describe it. It's a much better Epcot. But we started our trip in Tokyo Disneyland, and so my thoughts about Tokyo Disneyland, the park, it was so awesome. It was like they took the best parts of Walt Disney World in Florida, Magic Kingdom, and Disneyland, and they just smushed all the good parts together and made an even greater park. Because I'm sure if you've been both to the park in California as well as the park in Florida, there are pros to both parks and there's cons to both parks, if that regarding rides, food, space, you know, all of that. And so it's like they took the best parts of each park and then just made it one great park. And so something awesome that Tokyo Disneyland has is all of the rides that are better in California, they have there. And then the fact that what I like better about in Walt Disney World is that there's just more space. I love the castle more, which might be a controversial statement, but I love the castle more in Florida. I just think it's beautiful, it's big, it's breathtaking. But one thing that Tokyo does better than either of the US parks are the shows. The shows are phenomenal. They are incredible. I've never haven't been to a show in the US that was as good as any of the shows I went to in Tokyo Disneyland. It's just like the creativity of the shows, the costuming, the dancing, just all of it was just better. I don't know why we don't have better shows. But another thing is, so Space Mountain was the same for Tokyo Disneyland that it is in regular Disneyland, where you have like the 2 passengers, and then It's a Small World. It had parts where it had like the Disney characters in it, and which I love. I always love looking for the characters. I wish the one in Florida did that. I just think it's so fun, and it adds some excitement and something to look for, and It's a Small World. And then but it is indoors, so that's one thing that it copies. Walt Disney World is indoors, and the boats are more similar, and the track is the same as one at Walt Disney World, but it has characters, which Disneyland has. And then also another thing is it has Disneyland's version of Pirates, where you start in the bayou and you go through, and it's longer. It's the better version, which in Walt Disney World, the reason being is that they rushed Pirates in Florida because people loved it so much in California, and they were trying to get in, and they rushed it, and they didn't have the space, and they had to, anyway, whatever. If you want a full story time about the history of Pirates of the Caribbean, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll provide it to you. But just know that the Tokyo Disneyland has the same pirates, and so honestly, I think I might do a whole video about the rides at Tokyo Disneyland, because there are some that neither park has that are just special to Tokyo, and it's just, they are so great, which I know that Disneyland was built after, both of the US parks. And so they had a better idea, but it was really cool. And one thing I do want to point out though, is probably one of my absolute favorite rides, which you're going to be like, Brittany, you're crazy for thinking this is your favorite ride. But it was the Country Bear Jamboree in Japan, and I was hysterically laughing the entire time. The show was partially in Japanese, partially in English, and the songs that they sung they made no sense on why they went together, because they sung American songs. So they sung they sung Elvis, they sung My Achy Breaky Heart. They sung Beach Boys, California Girl, I've Been Working on the Railroad, Camptown Races, doo-dah, doo-dah. They just it's just, there's so many songs in different ranges, and some of the songs were in Japanese, but because you knew the beat, you knew what song they were singing, and other songs were in English, and they're over there singing the Beach Boys right after singing Elvis, and so it was funny, and it was a break, and I love little things like that, because one thing I wanted to make sure to do is I really researched all the rides before going to Tokyo Disneyland, because I didn't want to waste my time riding rides that were the exact same as in the US. And so Country Bear Jamboree is not the same as it is in the US. It's completely different. It's so funny. I would take the time to ride it. It was one of the highlights of my trip, I will have to say that. Next, I'm going to talk about all the merchandise. So the merchandise at Tokyo Disneyland is so adorable. It's so cute. And everyone there is just decked out in some kind of merchandise. And I know that in the US, people do that as well. People dress up, people wear their Mickey headbands, their Mickey ears, and so, but that's about it. And one thing here that was really cool in my opinion was the amount of men who were participating and wearing the headbands and the shirts that were bright neon colors, and everybody had Duffy and Duffy bags. Everybody had little pass holder necklaces around their neck that had plush animals on them. Everybody was wearing them, no matter their age, no matter their gender. Everybody was wearing something, and I thought that was the coolest thing in the entire world, that everybody was hyped up for Disney. And so that was one of the things I enjoyed the most about walking around Tokyo Disneyland, was everyone decked out in merchandise, and I mean decked out. I will show you this picture of this woman who had a bag, who was dedicated to the Three Caballeros, and let me just say, I wanted that bag. That is so cool. That looks like it's heavy to carry around, but it is so cool, you know? And so I'm just gonna show you. So this is a picture of what we wore. So I had some nice Shelly May ears. I thought they were the cutest thing in the entire world. I love Duffy. I love Duffy and his friends. I wish people in the US loved Duffy and his friends more. People in Japan love Duffy and Friends. Like, they have stores dedicated to Duffy and Friends merchandise. Like, stores. And they also have designated spots where you can take pictures of your Duffy and Friends in front of scenes around Tokyo Disneyland Sea. What? What? Anyways, so I had the Shelly May, and then I had the Stella Lou pass holder necklace, and then my husband, he got the alien ears, like headbands. Honestly, these headbands are for like washing your face, or like that's how we would use them here in America, but they just wear them. They just wear them as headdresses, like everyone's wearing them. And then he got the Mickey shaped hamburger bag thing. So so this is the Duffy, like what I was saying, like this is all the Duffy merchandise that they had all at the stores. Like, they had book bags, they had different bags of different sizes, they had the ticket holders, they had anything you could think about. They had soap, they had toiletries, literally everything they had. And so here are some of the headdresses that they had. Like, they have the rabbits, they have a unicorn, they have Tigger and Pooh, and they have Sully, Dalmatians, you know, they just have more than even what I have pictured here. And then those big bows, oh my goodness, if I wanted one of those big bows so bad, but I ended up getting my Shelly May ears instead, but those big bows are so cute. And then these are like the ticket holders. So the use could be like to put your like Japanese rail pass in there, or, you know, different types of tickets that they can use, like that they use frequently. And so I kept my vouchers and everything in there from like our vacation package. But and then the shirt, so I didn't buy any shirts or anything while I was there. I just, like, I think these cute shirts are so cute. I bought some for my friends and everything like that. I just didn't picture myself ever wearing these outside of Disney, and so I just decided not to get one, just because they weren't super my style. And then also too, like, the other shirts were neon. This is the only one I could find. I didn't really take pictures of them, but it was like all of Five Fab had a shirt that was similar to this in different colors. And so it was just very vibrant, and I just knew I wasn't gonna wear it out for this. So that's why I didn't buy that. But yeah, that's kind of my overview. I know that was really all over the place. If you want more specific videos regarding things that I talked about, let me know and I'll make one. I'm thinking about talking about, like the different things at each of the parks, but I guess we'll see. We'll see how interested you guys are in them. All right, so also too, I want to note, because I forgot to even talk about any of this, what were the parades. So the parades that we watched the one at Tokyo Disneyland. We watched the daytime parade and the nighttime parade. The daytime parade was awesome. I mean, I've never in my life cried before at a parade before watching the Tokyo Disneyland daytime parade, and I'm being dead serious, because the floats are just creative, they're beautiful, they're magical. But the one point when Wendy and Peter are flying like under the moon on like the ropes, I guess, just wow. I mean, when you see that in person, like it takes your breath away. It's beautiful with the songs, like that one, it made I mean, legitimately, it made me tear up with how beautiful that was. And then the nighttime parade, and I think they call it Tokyo Disneyland's like electrical parade. They got rid of the electrical parade at Magic Kingdom. They have it in Japan. and the floats are just so modern, and the technology was great. It was beautiful. And one thing about like in Tokyo Disneyland is that people are just so kind and patient and considerate too, because everybody for the parade has to sit down. Like you have to sit down. Unless you're in the Mary bag, you have to sit down so that everybody can see and everybody can look up and everything like that. And so those parades alone are reason enough to fly to Japan and go. I'm dead serious right now. All right, well, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below on what your favorite merchandise or your favorite food item was. And subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in my next video. All right, bye guys.